Hello and welcome to today's LOL Esports Roundup. We're going to cover the game from this morning, the series from this morning between RNG and Thunder Talk. If you're new to the channel and wonder why the LCS isn't up here, that'll be on tomorrow's roundup because if it's a 5-game series, it'll end at 11 towards between 11 p.m. and midnight for me, and the turnaround just doesn't make sense. So the C9 FlyQuest series will be recapped tomorrow's. I'm 191 and 138 my predictions. RNG 19th in the power rankings, 8-8. Would beat Thunder Talk, who were 22nd at 9-7, 3-1. Breathe was my MVP. I thought he had excellent Kennen games in games 2 and game 3, and also played well on the Gragas in game 4 to secure a win. Gala 19-2 and 19, 30% of damage, led RNG in damage. A lot of that had to do with game 4. Games 2 and 3, it was heavily Breathe favored in the damage category. Angel, 13-6-20 in mid, had the best KDA. And then UCal led the way for Thunder Talk in mid, going 11, 9, and 18 for 30% of damage. So Hoya in game 1, and actually I felt like Hoya actually did okay into Breathe. There were moments during game 3, or was it game 2? Whichever one the Kesante game was. He looked bad. Don't get me wrong. So we're going to take that game and take it away. Otherwise, I thought Hoya did pretty good. Bechuan got gapped by Wei. I think people can make an argument for Wei being MVP. I thought, his Wukong was pretty good and really did some good things to get ahead of Bechuan and really gap him. I think at one point early on in maybe game 2, he had twice the CS of Bechuan, like a 30-15 situation. Mid lane wise, Angel, his KDA was great, but I thought that at times UCal did get the better of him, and you see that in this KDA. I think Angel even was solo killed by Hoya at one point, playing a Vex in a game, which is very strange. I'm not a big Vex supporter right now, but in the end, the bot lane for RNG in game 4 came through. Ming was playing engaged for the majority of this series, Leona and Nautilus, and did a very good job on those champions. That is his bread and butter. The notion that he can't play enchanters, I think, is overblown. We look at his career stats, and he's very good on enchanters as well. But we know Ming for engage, and he did get the better of Yao Yao in this one, which was what was expected. We previewed the series yesterday, and when they had played last time, RNG's bot lane had went like 22, 1, and 56 in a 2-game series against Thunder Talk. So I figured they'd have the edge, and I did pick RNG to win this one 3-1, so that was a spot on prediction. But the bot lane, I figured Thunder Talk really had to show up in a big way, and they really, Wanfeng did at times on the Aphelios, but otherwise, game 1, Thunder Talk won, right? They won handily. I think RNG only had a couple kills in that one. It was very one-sided, but they responded. And giving Breathe Kennen in top lane and with good matchups, he was able to find ways to be relevant in the mid to late game. Like he was able to get through laning phase, and Thunder Talk did focus him, which is why Breathe gets MVP. Because not only was he dealing the most damage, but in these games, he allowed the rest of RNG to take over. He took on the brunt of the camping, the brunt of the jungle proximity and pressure, and actually outplayed some really good dive attempts by Thunder Talk. So, all in all, RNG played a very good series, winning 3-1. I think that RNG, that you can't sleep on RNG because RNG are an experienced team. Outside of, Angel's experience as well. This team has went on runs, right? Angel has went on runs before with Suning and Weibo. He knows what it takes at the highest level of play to get it done. And then RNG, the other 4 players obviously definitely know because they went to Worlds last year, and 3 of those 5 players have won MSI the last 2 years. So RNG are a team that you cannot take for granted. They will be playing BLG on Saturday, and honestly, I could see that series going either way based on how RNG played today. BLG swapping coaches. We'll preview that one tomorrow. Sneak peek LPL for tomorrow morning is Top Esports and Team Wii. Top 12th in my power rankings, 9-7 against Wii, who are 21st at 8-8. Top beat FPX last time they're on the Rift. Team Wii beat Ninja in Pajamas. Week 7, Top would win 2-0 Jackie Love was the MVP, going 13, 8, 19, 32% of damage. Hope, 9, 9, 10, 29% for Team Lee. We'll see if top plays Wayward or Chingtian. Right now, I have not looked at LPL Fan Club or Hoopoo Esports to know either way. Depending on what they do, will kind of give a vibe to this series. Well, different vibes. Sorry. I think Wayward's better than Chingtian. But at the same time, Wayward's only played one series this split, and it kind of doesn't make sense to put him in over Chingtian. I mean, it didn't make sense for them doing it when they did. It's definitely an odd situation as they head into playoffs. LCS, EG, and Golden Guardians. EG 23rd, Golden Guardians 24th. EG 10 and 8, GG 9-9. Golden Guardians beat 100 Thieves 3-2. And then EG beat CLG 3-0. So this is the next round of the playoffs. In Week 5, the last time these two teams played, Golden Guardians would win. These teams did open the split against each other on Week 1, Day 1. Gory was not with Golden Guardians at the time. Gory being considered by many to be the MVP of GG this past split. Young played. And honestly, Young did pretty well in his place. It was actually a pretty close game. As far as the last matchup is concerned, though, River on Sejuani went 2-1 and 11 for 18% of damage. He was the MVP. Inspired on a Vi went 0-3-7 for only 10% of damage. And then when you combine the two games for these two players, River went 9-4 and 16 for 19% of damage. Inspired 5-5 and 16 for 10%. So, River did well in both games. Inspired only did well in the first one. I think the first game, Inspired was on Sejuani and River was on Wukong. I felt like River has been a very, very good player for Golden Guardians alongside Gory. And this series, I think, is going to have potential to go to 5 games. I think either one can take it. And it's definitely going to be something to monitor. So, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Later on today, my minor region power rankings will come out. Yesterday, my 13-6 preview came out, where I looked at the teams that are still eligible for MSI in the 4 major regions and which one benefits most from the 13-6 patch. And then I also uploaded my LPL All-Star team, so if you want to take a look at that, they're there. Like I said, subscribe to the channel, like the video, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a supporter, and thank you for watching.